All right, fam, well, hello and welcome to AYV Radio, 101.7 FM, AYV Television, Channel 33, and online on www.ayvnews.com. This is a program, The Hot Seats. Me and Mama Jalos to the DJ Bass. And as always, this is a conscious time, awareness age. Like I said again, sometimes we bring this program to you at least for know the issues them and also find solutions to some of the problems that we can bring right here. And I'll also make this clear that we can watch the Facebook comments where people send. Sometimes it seems as if people want to tell you Udat for bring per interview, or people want to tell you Udat for interview. But that's not how it happen, you know. So we bring the issues them, and like I say again, it's not about arguments, it's not about fight. It's about bringing the issues so that people go pick some sense out of the nonsense. So today one can talk about a very important issue or issues. But more one issue we don't affect we, and I mean, it don't drag on, and it's an issue because it's very important. It have to do with young people, it have to do with the future, and on the other side, it have to do with this drug we young people don't put on power. It have to do with what they call Kush. We all don't see how this thing starts, and right now it don't take a different turn. We don't see, I mean, so many people. We're not gonna know the amount. But according to Senior, we've been talking to the last time on AYV Radio, inside the Back to Base show. Of late, we suicide and go bear about 32 people, and we allegedly we are racing a Kush then die by. Well, we don't know except maybe post-mortem or pathology. Then tell we say now this are the issue make them die. But it's a concern. We don't see it happen everywhere. You go to junction them, we see young people in the north by themselves. We don't suicide young people in the go inside toilets, we don't suicide young people then they cut out. For them, we don't suicide on a junction. The young people then they sleep by themselves, young people then they die, young people then pull so food. And we think that's a very important issue. So I try to get somebody with at the head of the anti-drug. All then these are the try to get them, no way. And we try to get other people who can discuss this issue. But they're not agree. So we decide to bring two senior journalists in the country, Lucia Ugable, brainstorm and talk about this issue. And also maybe talk a little bit about the toll gate. So for start, for discuss this issue, on me right, again, my brother might go introduce himself to viewers and listeners out there, bros.
I'm Kush, I'm Melvin. Mansaray, I'm a parliamentary journalist and political commentator.
Okay. My other brother?
Kush, I'm Thomas Dixon, I'm a journalist.
Okay. So like I say again, we start straight away, and we're going to discuss a little bit, then we'll show you some pictures that maybe will build on the pictures. And the first Dixon, of course, you don't see Kush. Now one very important. I mean, now one issue we don't come up with get to do young people. Interestingly, I know they see old part in the take. I don't know if I not see it, but most of the young people I don't see. What's the young people get to do with woman and man? They don't suicide. Young people in the street, then they sleep on the bridge. What do you think about this Kush business?
Well, I think this Kush is very disturbing, and they create a trajectory for the future of this country. We're not good. We are we young people. Most of them they be destroyed by this Kush. Then they become ineffective. They become mentally retarded. Then they become a misfit of society as a result of this Kush. So I think this Kush very, very dangerous, and any serious government all over the world could be bothered about the intake of Kush for the young people, and particularly we'll get a government will promise over 500,000 jobs for young people. So if you promise over 500,000 jobs for young people, who are the people going to take that job when most of them are into drug addiction? When most of them have been rendered ineffective and useless by this drug called Kush. So for me, I think we get for look at this Kush seriously. I want for say last year, I be attend the meeting at State House to get together with other colleague journalists, religious leaders, civil society organization. We go discuss about this Kush. We discuss about this Kush and the recommendations we have made. It go also sad for note, see, none of these recommendations have been followed through.
From last year?
From last year. And it was the Chief Minister, David Moyina Senge, who chaired that particular roundtable discussion, and senior colleagues, Umar Fofana, Kelvin Lewis, myself, other civil society organization, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, and any other people, ministries and departments, that we are all there. I think for me, the state complicit. The state very, very much complicit in the fight against this Kush. And also in the fight against Kush, we don't hear names very close to the presidency. And we not see any action from government. And if you get names very close to the presidency, and some of those names, then they live outlandish, ostentatious lifestyle. Okay. To the point that you see them, you go on TikTok, you see them spray monies. You see them riding 2023 recent cars, cost thousands of dollars. You ask yourself, where are they getting these monies from? And this they give credence. I know they say they're into them, but some of these things give credence to the allegations that some of these people who are very close to the presidency are into. Let me take Liberia. Recently, the new president of Liberia, when he took over presidency, this Kushner, not only devastating for Sierra Leone, also devastating for Liberia also. And in a neighboring Liberia, they get the belief say this Kush come on a Salon. Now Salon they come out, Salon is the hub, and they go to Liberia, they go to Guinea, and very recently in Gambia. Yeah. And the president Boakai in Liberia, what he did is to declare a public health emergency. Okay. A public health emergency on Kush, and to set up an interministerial committee for investigate and look into this Kush. Okay. Here, this Kush has been ravaging our youth since 2020, 2019, 2020. We've not had any meaningful statement from our president. I think this is also where where we woman them for take seriously, because now them picking them. Now, woman get picking. Now, woman when you picking come up finally, mama they proud. You understand? Yeah. So the woman then for tin up and take this issue seriously. We need to make a point to the government that they need to take the issue seriously. This also not only get to do with government alone. It also get to do with community. Mr. Base, you go in a community now. All the young boys, almost all of them, are into Kush taking. Exactly. Sleep by themselves. You ask yourself what thing they happen in our society. If you're able to pull one person commodity, I have never seen somebody who started taking Kush with all left. If you see left now for 1 month, I don't know, say Melvin no see. But me, I have never seen somebody who has started taking Kush with all left. And when you tell the bobo that you know for beginner, some they say associated with witchcraft. Exactly. Yes, maybe he's associated with witchcraft or evil. But we not get that kind we're not able to prove them spiritually. Okay. But medically, it has been proven that this drug is, I listened to the chief medical officer in the parliament, I think it was on Monday. He gave an outline, a statistic of people, young people who don't die from Kush. As last year, we have over 2,000 young people die from Kush. They just go back 31 people associated with Kush taking. So for me, I think say, as a state, we president, you don't do now for like Kamona do, and follow in counterpart where just can 3 months ago. Yeah. Because say that is why people are associating the presidency and the political class with the Kush. I saw a write-up where somebody is saying that it's like this Kush is being deliberate. It's like people and they do for annihilate some certain section of society. Okay. So for me, I think say as a state, first of all, we need to forget about this so much paperwork and put it into action. All right.
Now, Kush, I don't know, well, I don't see the gap, but I know say I'm good it. And of course, we'll be the area about marijuana, but you get any idea about what's in a Kush and what the components of Kush?
Well, from what him and Yeri from the parliamentary inquiry on Monday, they say, particularly the chief medical officer explains, say that one of the ingredients being used is called marshmallow. Okay. Marshmallow, and then they plant marshmallow na ya. Okay. They even grow na ya, according to they grow na this country. Then the other thing where they use na acetone. And so on confirmed reports say then they use diamambone, then they use arata poison, then they use other things them, inimical things them for put and then they use this tea when they put pandaman formalin. And they use them also for mix this kush for let them bubble and smoke.
Okay.
And this now they make the thing get a devastating effect. According to the chief medical officer, it affect their lungs, it affect their heart. He explained a lot of things yesterday. And some of these drugs like marshmallow, according to the chief medical officer, these are not contraband drugs in the world.
They are legal.
They are legal. These are things that we people and they use, women and they use them for year. For the year when the ear get caught. People then can use them for anti-malaria drugs.
Okay.
People then they use them for as anti-inflammatory drugs. So that is where the difficulty is. But I think say government for begin for target the cartel, because there must be a coordinated cartel in this country. There must be to the point that we are now exporting. We have become the center of Kush. They even give we bad name. Say we not to nation away serious. 2, 3, I think about just later part of last year, then catch container in the UK, where then they say the drugs, cocaine, raw cocaine, they come on a salon, where it's not good for our nation, the image of this country internationally. So I think say government need for step up. Will they put the blame on government first? Will they put the responsibility on them?
Effect on we suffer the trouble as unions with the
it gets effect because you will be searched thoroughly.
Yeah.
You will be searched thoroughly. You will be embarrassed.
Sometimes there about allegations in Kitch Saloon, people in Turkey.
Yes, there have been allegations in Turkey, recently in Holland, several places where the allegations are about Kush, about cocaine, raw cocaine. That's Sierra Leone. A colleague of ours, they may break a story about a container. Up till now, we do not know what it regards that container. What happened about a container which contains some drugs? They go sleeping at Kintom, police barracks. After that, we don't know what happened. Okay. So it's the question they ask government: is this country becoming a Colombia, a state of drug, another state of drug, or the hub of drug? That is why our president, they make statement about this Kush.
Okay. All right, thank you, Melvin. And again, I'll come to a bigger pardon, Dixon. Melvin, you didn't parliament. You see, recently, Parliament, we then set up a committee for looking into all these things. But again, Salon, like how we know and like how Dixon say, certain things will rise up, all of a sudden we'll go see, all of a sudden everything will die down. You done the report in the parliament and as a journalist also, what's what you think about this Kush? What do you think is in the source? Because we don't see, then the bad man them, me think say that no go solve the problem, then the beat man them, worst man them. Me think say that no go solve the problem of late we hear about the anti-drug, something they say they forget the rehabilitation center way. So me, get an issue because maybe then they go influence young people and say, well, siding outside, man them for go rest to the Coving house of rest and all. Maybe go influence more people say, well, lads take me there and me good. But you don't have parliament. The people who they make the law, what's in the discussion about what's around this Kush issue?
Well, I think firstly for establish the fact that we see sign of bipartisan support. We mean say APC, SLPP, MP, and they all agree say Kush cause problem at the district. And in fact, according to their own testimonies, now every village Kush day. We mean say for them it's quite serious. And thus we see after the issue belong Canada well, there was a summoning of all the players in which they give first-hand testimony. In fact, some even give data. I think that's from the Ministry of Health on the number of deaths. We hear from the NDLA, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, where they talk say in this is their fight, they don't even get motorcycle. We also hear from the Ministry of Health, where they say they are afraid that the health care system might be overwhelmed. And at the bottom of it all, I think there is a need for a cause-effect analysis, because what I see from the parts of many interventions, now that of just the effects, and until we look at the cause or causes, wherein that go boil to the supply and the demand structure, I think say we never get it right. Of course, one institution not going to perfect these facts, and let me not forget the war on drugs is not only akin to Sierra Leone. Yes, Sierra Leone don't take center stage of late by virtue of the way out in local and international news with regards to confiscation of drugs and the identity of some of them people and they. But if you come to generally the picture on drugs, I think say Sierra Leone is far better than Guinea-Bissau. Sierra Leone is far better than even Nigeria. And yes, it's a growing problem. And that's why I think, say, there is a need for what I call political willingness. If we not get the political willingness, we just pay lip service. And I think, say, Dixon don't hammer the point very well. The political willingness starts from the number one, when are the president. Until unless the president speak a position or address the nation on this, clearly stating what's the way forward, I'm afraid many people will feel, say, reticent, and that's in another way, complacent to waiting their opinion. But also an interesting thing for note that during the hearing, the Inspector General of Police went at length for even begin name some institutions where he feels say they undermine the role of the police. Of course, one of which will be the judiciary, in which he make comments about certain magistrates, certain law enforcers being very, very lax in their approach.
You don't think, say again, I'm not cutting you off, in different part of the world, people are into drug gets money, so it been an influence.
I'm coming. That's why I talk about the cause and the effect.
All right.
One of the cause of drugs all across the world is the economic value attached to that.
Okay.
It's a multi-million-dollar trade all over the world. So people that are drug barons, they are rich. They know how to buy their way around the system. They will know how to influence and induce the system. And so fighting them, you can forget a very strategic approach, but above all, highest political commitment. But again, I think there is a slippery slope there when we only call for this highest political commitment. I know some people they call for public emergency.
Yeah.
It is good. Now that some of the data they show say at least for the month you will get hundreds of people really die as a result of, well, believably or perceivably Kush intoxication or overdose. So it comes to the heart of the issue where I mentioned with what can be done. Of course, people call for public emergency, but me and one person will get serious reservation on declaring a public emergency. Because when you are declaring Section 29, as many people call the presidents for do, what you are doing, as in the case of Ebola, which we learn, we declare public emergency, health emergency on Ebola without getting the rules and regulations clearly. For example, we get issues how to handle the body, how to handle movement. So until you get a clear script as to, for example, are you the handle person we don't smoke Kush, where they not? Are you the handle person we catch in possession where they smoke the Kush? Person where they manufacture the Kush? Person where they import the Kush? Until you get an SOP or standard operating procedure as to who does what, when, and why, afterwards, it can always be scary. Now we always say, hey, let them declare emergency for Ebola, but when the emergency can avoid, because say, hey, let them lift her. Why? Because it was not meticulously done. So we all know, say yes, the issue is pressing and desperate, but when we are calling on governments and the president, particularly for declare Section 29, we account the cost. Also economically. Yes, medically, this, and I don't forget, the issue of drug now, a medical condition too. So when we try for use social and non-scientific approaches, we have to be very careful. But like any Ebola or Corona, drug abuse, you forget multi-layered structures for tackler. Not only for pull the person there, but how you rehabilitate the person,
and bring them
how you reintegrate the person, how you re-engage the person. So in as much as we talk about the effect, but some of the causes also we never turn a blind eye to. So I think, say, yes, the media don't do very well in enhancing this conversation, but other institutions then definitely need capacity and above all resources. But like we all agree, highest political willingness. But then again, therefore be informed, like I earlier on argue, by data. Yes, it's good that we don't get data from Ministry of Health. It's good that other people are there for
data. That they think say correct.
Well, because in fact, the data and the one of the reports.
We don't go to the provinces, so I see man and it taken a different part to say maybe some people not accessible. Say, I don't go sign them Bo, them Kabalawi, then go get the Kush. It done man and vex. So then two line. So then get the correct data. That's another thing. That's
not the other thing, especially when it comes to the death toll. Because you get places there in a far-flung areas where health facility they first not there. So if a person die of drug overdose or Kush overdose, then can just go left and suffer. But of course, you get the aspect of rights implications too, as we seen in that video where they make rounds. So on a very complex issue, yes, a pressing, a very, very sensitive, but above all, a very, very, I mean, it erode the social order and very quickly. So I think say that office of that chief minister for the pool data.
Okay.
Well, I mean significant data, because if we not get the data right, I don't hear people that say Kush pandemic, Kush epidemic, Kush scourge. All of these are nice tabloidized terms, but in medical terminology, these are all should be number 9 make you gravitate from a pandemic to an epidemic. So let me get the numbers, and then I think say a strategy. All of the people that they come up with ideas. Yes, Section 29 can be important, but they are the big. The president not declare Section 29 if the Justice Ministry not set the rules and regulation. If not, the same people out there are Hosanna now and we can say crucifying because of attendance consequences or rippling effect. So it's quite a dicey issue, but it's pressing also. Okay,
you didn't at the parliament, a video they will go get for play later, hold on to see you want the way upon the anti-drug or whatever they say, they don't get money or what. So how we able to fit this fit? Involve money or involve community, counseling?
It involves everything. It involves money, because now money you for use for changing lives than they for capacity institutions than they. But of course you need the people, human resources. We get for do with community, stakeholders. It's called social mobilization. We do undo in Ebola and Corona. Social mobilization, where you get religious leaders, you get two leaders, all walks of life involved. And again, this is my advice. If we want to fight this Kush issue, let us not take a bottom-top approach. We need the top-bottom approach. Because everybody now the Kush man that is in our streets, now everybody, and that is the bottom for me, the effect. That is just the effect. The cause. So that the cause the source. That is all the cause. And nothing got to do with like what Dixon say, hoovering around certain names allegedly involved. So how do you tackle that? You will get all the institutions doing their work, but if you don't get the highest political commitment, you cannot get that result. So yes, I agree with people and say yes, the president must say something. But again, if I mean the president, what you can say and waiting inform what you say, and above all, what you want to do. Now get from that yesterday.
All right.
So yes.
Okay. Maybe combating this one. We don't see a video. Them also say law enforcement people themselves they take and so how you look down there.
Drug abuse cuts across all professions. Let me not forget that. We have cases of judges where they on record where they've been disgraced. In fact, for pop culture, now one common thing. You know, it's about the hypocrisy about society. When I say pop culture,
what's pop culture?
Pop culture, most of them celebrities they would admire so. Most of them they play the game. Whether not Kush now, whether not cocaine. All over the world, most man before you go on stage for eye. And for let you eye, if you get boku money, now white powder. If you not get better money, you go take the brown powder. If you know they are local way adopt one, now this is super the Kush. So let's not be hypocrite. Society is always hypocrite around issues around drug abuse and sex and prostitution. When some of the people that maybe where they do some man goes to them with him fine coats where he can make like you don't understand, but it's a party to it. And if man they pan business, then they go on a big meeting, attract donor support. By the end of the behind the scene, the man are part of the reggae, even if he's not a dealer, but he commitment to the fight. So we need sincerity when it comes to fighting the issue.
Okay, we can't watch a video, but quickly, Dixon, I see the right. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I think if the data where the Ministry of Health, the Chief Medical Officer, they give, a very scary. And we also don't get statistics from the head of the mental home, the Kisi mental home, about Kush, which at the same parliament the last time, which is also very scary. I think all of this, from that time we left that meeting in our State House last year to now, I think it should have informed the political leaders about the weight of this. Joseph Waka in Liberia, no wait for that kind of statistic before he talk. He described the Kush taking as a national security problem. Drug taking or drug marketing in any country is a national security problem first. And for that reason, we should see our political leaders not complicit in this whole thing. I don't want to go into the social stratification of drug taking, whether they take cocaine, whether they take this, whether they take that. I think we should look at the issue of drug with from an holistic perspective and try for tackle them. As I say, the future of this country is being seriously destroyed. We go get investors in this country. They want people to go, let's say, mining company guy. Want people to go mine. We don't have the workforce because most of them either don't be rendered useless by Kush.
Yeah.
Again, if names very close to the presidency are being called, I think it behoves. I think perhaps that is why the Inspector General of Police in Parliament say, if he for being police, he regrets being police. Maybe because they know that the source, we know the source, but it's difficult to investigate the source. That's what the Inspector General said in Parliament. That if he may get choice, enough for be police officer.
Okay.
Owing to the fact that I know this problem, we know this problem. But if I want to investigate this problem, I will be stopped. And one of the members of Parliament, I think it's Honorable Dixon Rogers, who made it very clear that the politicians should stop calling the police for release people who they don't arrest for drug. The IG talk about the judiciary, not only the judiciary, even the Bank of Salary. They go arrest people without tramadol inside the country with $34,000. The IGP, the police say, okay, the only institution we get right for authenticate whether this dollar is on a real or a fake. Now, Bank of Salary, so they say that there's a big bomb. They send the money, they see it's 2022. The money will not come. What do they know?
All right. Okay.
So, apart from that, the company were responsible for security now Lunge International Airport, what they call Westminster. They arrest drug and tramadol, huge quantity of tramadol. You know, go believe two of the staff of the company were responsible for security. They thief some boxes of the tramadol. And the IG make a note, clearly note, see, most of these drugs when they come into this country, they are coming through the airports. So we got for question what Westminster security or whoever is providing security at the airport.
Yeah.
Whose kind of security where they provide?
That's true.
Because if somebody got with huge
amount of tramadol.
Let's say marshmallow.
Okay.
Got huge quantity of marshmallow. You ask them.
What they can do, sir?
Okay, let this flower plan for something. You provide some credible explanation about what you can do. So you see, we have to be sincere as a state, and also not just therefore put this thing on government, community level. You know, we know the people that are the community. We only live in a community. We perhaps they are the distributors. We know them. Some of them have become rich overnight. As one person begin for talk, the same community. Now they say that man they get bad for that man because don't be lost.
Right.
Because the man don't get money. At community level. So we have to be sincere citizens. Are we sincere? We know them in our community.
But again, talking about community level, which security also people go get for make sure see if they go report, then go be secured also?
DJ base, the security of we picking them. They pass any security we forget. So let you make sure see this corner, this community.
Yeah, but that person they go be secured if you go because a lot of people with the suicide and think out they feel they go back.
At community level, una can come together and tell the person who una know say na they count the Kush at the community say, "Paddy, we no want this Kush na." At community level.
Yeah, but what's going to do?
Una na the first police for una picking.
Yes, but what's going to do? Lordy.
Yes. Then later una de-escalate to the law. If the police don't have to take action, una go take criminal summon.
How many people are willing to do that in a community?
People are there to really do that. The problem of hypocrisy in the community.
But that's the point.
Where is the one person go stand? This time they make like I say, nice be all thing.
Exactly.
If they tell us that about because the don't buy 2 hosts.
Yes.
That is how it is happening in the community. We are not sincere as Galileans. We are all saying government, yes, government. But again, as people in the community, we should be sincere with ourselves. If we not say this is a major distributor for Kush, let us try to bring them out.
All right. Okay.
Let us try to stop. We know areas then. We know they know the community, they know the host them, they know the area, they outside they sell the Kush.
Exactly.
But they condone them. At the end of the day, that the same one they laugh the bobo, they hold the bobo, they don't become retarded. That the same one they say, government, they do nothing about it. But we are the government today. If at your community level, we have councillors also.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Members of parliament.
Now, you want to talk about one important thing. This is a multidisciplinary fight. For me, I don't think say if President declare public health emergency will be as stiff as the one we get for do with Ebola and Corona. We are very contagious.
Okay.
This now for them we isolate. You want the way they import. Isolate the source, cut them off, and also find a way for them body mentally. We need to bring them up. We don't see people that we don't go to university. So man, they finally I left it because they abandoned course.
Yes.
People are working. I have seen somebody who had built a house, a young man with his family, wife and kids. He decided for selling use for Kush taking.
Yeah.
It's a terrible situation for our country.
Okay.
So I think all of us, religious leaders, community leaders, traditional leaders, young people, old people, particularly our mothers, the women of this country, they need to stand up.
All right.
Because DJ base, I get me two picking away small. Some of the things that will evolve in our life. A party make we evolve in them.
You're right.
Be a group influence. It's real.
And honestly, I know involved, but who was say, I mean, party or some boyfriend and go say, "Nine pushing girlfriend."
So some of the things they know what they do. A party they make we go.
You're right.
Some social gathering they know what they go. A party they make we go.
True.
So I think say now that make government get for look. And you know, think that this Kush, you know, this Kush don't do again. This Kush not no rich, you know, no poor. Rich man picking they take up.
Yeah.
Poor man picking they take up.
Exactly.
So all of us, whether you are rich, whether you are poor, whether you are educated or uneducated, we should stand up against this drug. You don't see now people that they say, hey boy, that's except when the Jamba be day. I think we not nobody not be the so.
Yeah.
On how this Kush, he don't
Okay.
make nobody not talk.
Melvin, you want to say something before we watch this video quickly?
Yeah, I'm definitely working. I mean, Kush, many people they take up. But Dixon, for me, only to experience some they get so they interact with many. Now that the poor man picking there, the spate of devastation is faster than the money man picking there.
Okay.
You know why? That money man picking, the company picking for going house, at least force for go eat. That poor man picking, not that time day. That in 5,000 if we don't go buy one plate, now you go use.
The price don't go
so if you watch the
yeah, 7,000. Then the one they call on Jagaban.
Yeah, they say they get Jagaban, they get Gen 2, they get this.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think like what you would say, like what you would say, it's serious and we need everybody in efforts. I think we don't establish that, but for be very careful again, not for paint the picture as if all youthman are Salona Kushman.
Okay.
Because Nigeria end up for being infamous for Article 419. Not that because all Nigerians are 419ers or criminals. It's by the way the Nigeria press and the global press project the issue of Nigerians and crime.
Yeah.
So in as much as we get problem of Kush, we will be very much restrained for let we be targeted.
Okay.
The one way that they involved and they will target, but they're not generalize them because it gets implication on the image. Let people let Saloma not go to Gatwick or Brussels. Let me give me this wait about drugs. After Nigeria, I remember about Salomon. And again, let's not forget.
The Kush where you talk about in Brussels and some of these Kush, they are coming from
from
Brussels.
Yeah, I know.
From Holland. I know from the UK, they are coming. That's where they are coming with the ingredients.
Yes, but I will tell you, from experience, the Kush when they come out of them countries, they sell at supermarkets, and some supermarkets they sell. Also, the same kind of white Kush they sell now when a small Maggie paper.
The quality different.
It's the quality, of course, different. Why make you begin see?
I'm talking about the ingredients.
The ingredients, that's what I'm telling you. You got the original Colorado Kush. It's in a packet. It's on distribution at stores and supermarkets. Decent one, people in the smoker. I know I'm calling nationalists the smoker. But what do you think it can be danger now? Now they begin to concoct and they begin manufacture and
yes, local
now,
one.
It can begin make you see the bubble and they behave so. But Kush be done in this country for 5 years.
More than that.
More than that. You know, some
right.
of we really get experience than they. But from when they begin make now begin get diamond bone, begin get acetone, begin get all kind concoction. You know, to chemistry, you go do chemistry, chemical experience on the lives of people.
And now they end up with food per Monday.
Because of the chemicals they want to do. So now you're in the danger.
You know somebody they were in America, they explain, tell me how the formalin they work. The formalin they give for preserve the body. Okay. So if you they smoke, they take in formalin, you life.
You didn't, of course, from the bone.
From the bone.
Sure.
So when they create for let the food swell,
yeah,
and for let a boss at the end of it.
Yeah. Okay.
So all of this get effect. That is why, for me, I think, see, as a state, as a community, as people, and one thing again we need for condemn, now people victimizing these boys or using them. I have seen videos on Twitter. I have seen videos on TikTok. Wherein some people they go meet them over there, give them some money and say for talk. Talk things that we just for let they laugh.
Okay. Like fun.
Yes. This is not fun. I have also seen wherein people they go beat them over there. These are victims.
You're right.
Let us not victimize them anymore.
And
it is illegal, it's a crime for them for taking the option.
Again, you don't even know how you go able to determine back Udat don't take Kush from Udat get epilepsy, because that's another issue we can't talk about.
I don't think so get epilepsy scourge that is good here.
Well, again, you get man that way, sometimes then can hide say then get what's in the take. Maybe not so Kush, you don't say different dogs and
yeah, you
can in order for themselves.
You're right. Now, if somebody gets small so food, 9 food,
yes,
people then they begin afraid.
You're right.
Even if it's not Kush, they can. But
interestingly, what you see on this Kush, I be talking on the radio now. What be small now, be see them penda then they.
Yeah.
Now, you know, usually, but the Kush don't bring penda back.
Well, they don't.
So, well, I'll just watch
and that penda they say that's for well.
Yes.
Who is going to fix Sierra Leone? If every part in this country, every village, every town is being ravaged by Kush, as we are sitting in this room right now, I can guarantee this room that if you go all across this country right now, you'll find thousands of our children, be it Freetown or the least village in this country. They are nothing. So who is going to fix Sierra Leone if we don't act now? Since I took over the agency in October, as I said earlier, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency for the whole country has only 12 permanent staff. 12. When I took over, seeing the gravity of the situation, we immediately embarked on community sensitization, very, very heavy. But up to date, as I said, in October, around the TV, radio stations, everywhere I've gone, the agency does not even have a bicycle. We don't. Even electricity. Thursday, before I left the office, out of my own pocket, I paid 1 million just for us to have light in that office. So it is something I'm very, very passionate about. And I'm ready for this fight. Night, day, I'm a former military man. I'm ready for the fight. All I'm asking for, let the requisite support be given to us. Then as head of the agency, if I don't fight, kick me out of the office. But I'm ready to fight, sir. Thank you.
All right, welcome back. AYV Radio 11.7 FM, AYV Television, Channel 33, and online on www.ayvnews.com. We're also there on Facebook or all AYV social media platforms out there. Dixie, you don't watch some of them videos there. One you ever do with, you talk about community. We don't suicide in the bad people there and worse people there. Things that then go solve the problem.
That's not a solution to the problem. You know, yes, if people in there not worse for some time, I can go now and ensure they are washed, they are taken care of.
Okay.
But I think it's way more than that. It has to do with psychosocial support, mental support, and how for ensure some of these people we bring them back. Then go through rehabilitation, and come back. And this points to the fact that within the chief immigration the former chief immigration boss, they say we're not drug law enforcement. Now, you cannot fight drug without having rehab centers. Secrecy are not enough. The last one government said they go open. I listened to the deputy minister. The deputy minister of social welfare, he was also there. We're saying about 50 rooms is not also enough. We need to forget denting in the different places. We are in people who provide some form of rehabilitation for them people. Isolate them from this drug for like some months.
What do you want to promise is something we will
the same, not just Freetown, across the country.
So you need money for that?
You need free resources for do that. And look at the drug law enforcement agency. Even for top up the meter, they don't get money. You ask yourself whether government will.
Say bike safe, I think they don't get.
Not so they know more. If you ask some other institution, but they will tell you that say they don't get money. And for me, I think say the government is seriously cash trap. I heard the other day from contractors, some government contractors building schools, building water facilities. They've not been paid for months.
Okay.
Projects have been stalled. And also they affect service delivery. So for me, I think say government need for step up. People are paying taxes. They don't increase taxes recently, for which people are paying. What also don't culminate also into more hardship for the people. And you have to look at all of these things. How are they contributing to the mental well-being of people? I don't think it's just these vulnerable boys. These are vulnerable guys who have nothing, young boys who have nothing to say. They'll go get that, they put them inside, like, put chocolate like a sardine, put them inside. And even, I think, next time, if then they go bear within people, mortuary people, with people, where mortuary people call destitute, at least let them give them a modicum of respect.
Exactly.
You understand? Let them give them a modicum. They might be destitute, but let them get some form of respect.
Yeah.
That's the last moment.
But again, before
you see somebody, they step on them.
Yeah.
You see.
In fact, at some point, an argument when they say one of them they shake.
Well, me unable for determine that because I don't watch the video.
Well, I ask Senior in say now when they mask the one hand, it just come up.
Yes.
And so, then body on the over 1 month.
Me not able for determine that whether the person goes shake or not. And for me, I think they need more dignified way for burying them.
Yeah.
Pray for them.
Exactly.
As you give them the last respect. They are Sierra Leoneans. If you cannot provide for them when they are alive, at least give them prayer when they don't die.
Yeah.
Because the states don't fail most of we who they are alive. At least pray for them. Give them a little bit of prayer when they
again,
die.
Going back a little bit, Dixon, look outside the whole thing starts. Like I said, I've been getting and we talk about destitute. But what do they ask? Then they do a post-mortem because what do you think for happen? I don't know, maybe the resources not there, but anybody way there in this country, they're supposed to do a post-mortem for give statistics of waiting they kill people them, how then they die away. The health would not say
well, also the families of people of corpses get right to them body.
Exactly.
So then can tell government. Say,
so how long them body they back?
Not to all man and they do post-mortem part. So tell your family go say no, not do post-mortem. We are for religious reasons.
Okay.
So it has post-mortem also get for do right. It's also a right issue. Now sometimes now we issue arise. But everybody get what thing go. Everybody get what thing go make.
But nothing say for the medical data. Yes. We know what's in the kill people.
If you go hospital, they don't necessarily need for if you die in a hospital for and maybe high blood pressure.
Exactly.
It don't necessarily mean say government for do a post-mortem for no saying high blood pressure or malaria kill already show.
Yeah.
So for me, I think say post-mortem also is the right issue. About destitutes, I think say it will be expensive on government for do post-mortem on their own body that day. Government don't get money. We not get that kind of resources that state. There are certain things what they call we actually for happen. But you got to look at whether the state get resources for do.
But again, look the long part of it. We'll come back to Melvin, look because I believe say maybe then they go get statistics of Udat and of this sick, where government or the Minister of Health go able to say, well, malaria kill Kush kill them people here. Maybe then they go give a data of how we will combat the sickness.
I agree with you, DJ Bass, because not only where we then begin to do blood sampling on deceased people of Ebola, then we begin for where them begin. I didn't in fact, I didn't research begin for let them begin look for vaccine.
Exactly.
So perhaps we get that wrong by the way how we don't program with mindset when it comes to the people there. So I think I sense some elements of stereotyping. See the way how then they bury them. That is undignified.
Send them sooner more.
I mean, nobody know the wish of that. I don't forget Babu was say Mama Leka.
Exactly.
I don't forget say these are then say I get right implications. You really go Bab and was person.
Yes.
You get rights of Bab and was you pick you under 18.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, we have to look at them thing.
Beats them at some point and they beat them.
Yeah, you go beat boss we don't say Kush. In case he die now you are.
Exactly.
You think say the Lord go tell you say, oh you are right
exactly.
because of Nakush.
Exactly.
Now we left them tailor-made approach here or then what you call reactionary moves. Because all my their Kush problem. Don't in fact the says in fact this ever be the new animal farm wherein ill-motivated people they come in the guys like oh we want advocates and campaign against our money come out. At the end of the day like Ebola no more and Corona. Global reports in fact they show that say it's half of the money we go to the fight against Ebola and Corona, half of them not reach here. Dixon, you remember BBC in the middle report day. So
when we owe money say for Ebola, we will generate.
So we
when you donation, when they go
audit report.
So we see the audit report. The audit report was maligned with wrong contract, even Corona.
No, I'm talking about the total. Remember that we get plenty.
Yeah, there is a global report. There is a global report on that.
Wait about Salon. Remember institutions them, even MPs them because them pay when they give physical cash.
So institution them for Ebola, they go give money to the president.
So when exactly. Financial update. So if you not take care with the Kush, it comes on other farm where you know.
I think we have credible institutions.
Let me just state that there is a difference here. Udat get rights to be destitute and fit and still council.
Yeah.
According to Etimino. So when we don't get this new problem, I think say need for concerted effort now between Fit and City Council
and the Ministry of Health. Yeah.
And we cannot assume that all man will die na Kush killer.
Thank you.
What about the other line causes?
Exactly.
As I say medically.
Exactly.
And let me not forget, this is not social problem, but now it gets scientific angle to it. If you know able to ascertain say okay, because they take Kush that this lung or this organ it affect and thus you need to make the practicalities be seen.
Exactly. But didn't the chief medical officer?
No, at the top in this specific case of that 37
maybe they have done research on
no, where is that study?
Kush. Maybe, there is not somebody. Chief medical officer. The chief medical officer was in parliament.
Yes.
And he states to the fact that it affects their lungs, their heart. He speaks to those facts. He's the chief medical officer.
Yeah, but there is no
constituted by.
But he proved say 9 killed them 32 people.
There is no scientific study or research yet.
Maybe it's the CM who is the chief medical officer.
Yeah.
Maybe they've done their own research on people when they die of Kush.
A publisher?
They've done their own research.
Publisher?
Maybe, Mr. Bass, yes, not all research, sometimes they come out in the public.
No,
but Parliament, you don't the Parliament. You don't the Parliament. They're not going to ask for the report.
Issues such as this one.
On issues such as this one, for do a public research on them, it costs money. Research not free.
I'm not saying research not free.
But the money must there for do the research.
As an academic,
so if for do luxurious spending, and government people
as an academic and as somebody where they into research, it takes pains, it takes money to undertake a research.
But through the research, how are we able to solve this issue?
That is why people let me give an idea to the chief minister. Nine table we call the round table on this Kush.
Yeah.
And instead be agree say the need for undertake studies. Because most times we would they make assumptions where no be backed up by research.
Okay.
People then go say, okay, I see a video, they say one man they na Calabar tongue where they meant Kush. How is it possible? So we have to do some studies where they backed up by research. And by that way, governments go able to say, okay, let's allocate resources for fight this. But I think the most important thing here is for government to be proactive. You talk about reactionary. In Sierra Leone, sadly, we get reaction, we react to issues too much. We are not proactive.
Okay.
Government for be proactive, government for I think if we don't do this research stage, even following that meeting, we'll get to. Don't do this research stage, you don't know they're waiting. Because it's not only about Kush. We might stop Kush now, but another dangerous one will develop with youth man and go into. Because the young people are looking for always the second, the thing where they make their eye. They are always looking for something that to make their eye.
Because we don't come up from Pampas.
From Pampas water. We don't go to Tramadol. We don't come to Kush. Now there is another one who they talk about ecstasy. I don't know, ecstasy. Ecstasy. We get another one, ecstasy, where they are around. So you got to know the reason why make the young people they crave for something higher. That's an research on its own. It's a social research on its own. Why are they craving for something higher? For making them high. So you so there are several research that should be done. And also the medical aspect, the scientific aspect, how will they affect them? What's in the long term, the far-reaching consequences medically for these young people? So for me, I think the state need to be serious. But this fight, now we all fight. What's important for this fight now the political will, particularly I keep on emphasizing, when people close or associated with the presidency have been mentioned
on social media,
and on social media, and we have to make it clear. We cannot name names. I know they say.
I thought it's the naming and shaming approach.
I know they say.
We can name and shame. You don't have evidence about that.
I know they say that. So they are involved. But some of the activities online were ostentatious. So they spray money dollar online on TikTok. So they buy 2024 Benz, 2024 Range Rover Wrangler. You ask yourself who say they pull their money there. These allegations are giving credence. Don't think and they do on social media, they give credence to this allegation. I know they say they involve. But if not me picking them, they be mentioned by certain thing.
Are they looking into it?
Okay. So as the president, if some of your relatives are being mentioned regularly on this issue, you have to call them. You have to look into it, whether it is true or some of your members of cabinet are being mentioned in this scourge. You have to look into it.
Okay. Now let's look at one issue very important. Now, the issue I've been asked senior about, give a dude, whether then 32 people here now Kush then die off. Now, let's give you a scenario. I will say somebody come upline. It can't free tongue, maybe can't hang out, maybe big man people are not okay and see one in a treat. Maybe you know people away, maybe not they take Kush, just can't hang up our man business.
You get
maybe attack, he just gets an attack. He die. And then kind of get at that body in a treat. Sometimes people are not care, say then go assume say this is go there, maybe na sometimes na boy come out, sometimes don't go can them out, man them. No say maybe you don't die in a free town. How we go able, because one of the things where I think say maybe we need for citizens need for do, because that maybe they happen sometime where they talk about manifest where people will be travel. If anybody gets an ID card now in pockets where they travel, if accident be, they're going to identify you and trace you. So that you know they happen, it starts at some point in time. So that one their way they don't get again and treat as destitute or whatever. How long did it take for communicate to the public? For the people know, so then people that don't die, they need a much because according to Cine also, somebody had only over 1 month. So going forward, how are we able to know, say, for differentiate the one without Kush and without Kush so that then people are able to come take them body then go give them burial or whatever. Melvin.
From the corridors of Parliament, the conversation there around having a standard operating procedure. Because I think senior SSSS now a target for police questioning. It was in Parliament yesterday. They did one for all some of them. So it shows that for the fact that it's been questioned, well, what specifically is being questioned on is a question for another day. But for the fact that he's a person of interest with regards to issues around burial, you cannot write the issue of cause of death. And especially when you grant interview, you being a journalist, we journalists then we say, like you say, the person for don't die unless medically corroborated. You cannot say 9 killer or that killer.
Exactly.
So I think that's at the heart of this conversation. Yes, I agree with Dixon, capacity might be a problem, but again forget also, again for speak to statistics issue.
Exactly.
Again for speak to having the right picture issue. We go back to the time we talk about whether it's a pandemic or an epidemic. You cannot ascertain that if biologically or medically the data is not proven. So in as much as government might get capacity, maybe ask another question there and he respond, he say, well, yeah, they be do, but other sources them where he talk to say different thing. So if they're not able for know what's the actual cause, that they depend on assumption, we might get it wrong.
Yeah.
We might get it wrong, and we might not get solution to it.
Exactly.
So I think moving forward, yes, we know see the mortuary under capacitated. We know see they get challenges with freezers and mobility. But then they again not for negate consideration around
because of that.
Any cause, every die, they say all die get sababu.
Exactly.
That's not the munku, even that's not the simple folk theory on die. No die not over Nazi. All die get sababu. So medically also, best practice allow you say, for let you ascertain say that this cause na Kush kill this person, if we medically proven.
Okay.
So in this case, I think say we can improve on that by learning from this mistake now and get some collaboration and consultation.
Dixon, the other problem why I've been getting asked is this one. We only detect the destitute or people over there in the streets of Kush. We they forget about the one who they die in their host there. For example, you get picking now, you die of Kush. You they go back and straight. Whilst you don't get the data of in don't die of Kush. You know what I mean? So we still not going to get the data because they don't do post-mortem again.
Well, about post-mortem, about person we die, left to, he also not right, the same rights issue. If my person die, if he not to any controversy, it left to me for seeing.
But in some country, suppose
it's not to power pie for no
okay, this case what you know.
Some people for religious belief reasons they say no they do post-mortem.
But again, you and the state
for traditional reasons they say no they do them. So it's the family.
But again, they can't go and get Ebola.
Okay,
Dixon, what and get Ebola? Certain people and they would me say they're for what somebody. Why is the Ebola being there rules we say?
That is why it was a state of emergency. It was a state of public emergency.
So in this case,
and government come with the rules that because of the Ebola contagious, you cannot wash the dead body. Because there were scientific proof.
But people still wash somebody. Say them believe say they for wash them person.
For example, there was a family where they're all in the village, all man wipe out, with the exception of the one that we did in Afitong, or with the other parts of the world. So in this case, Kush is not contagious. I agree with you, say if they find destitute, na street, what's not destitute? Government, it behoves government for do post-mortem.
What do you mean? The point on the table.
We also get for look at the resources aspect.
Well, again, the point on me one bring Dixon, and while you look to this, now, for look get the proper statistics of people who die of the Kush. Now they look at. So let's say somebody then a host in Pekin die of Kush.
Let's put it this way, DJBs. You go want to Pekin die of Kush. Let them prove and say die of Kush.
Well again, I believe
you don't say they take Kush.
Yes. So that's what it comes to the power of regulation.
Yes.
No, well, if me person die,
if you enable no,
if me person die na host.
Yes.
Now me right for say whether they for do post-mortem or not.
That right can be overridden by state.
Thank you. Like your example, quick.
State of public emergency.
Like your example.
If government put the regulation,
Dixon.
But as it is now, it is my right for me dead body. Now the person I get right to it. For example, if let's say a husband and a wife, if the husband died, it is the right of the wife.
Okay.
Whether the husband will do post-mortem or not.
All right. Okay. Now, like you
it is the family right.
Now, in certain Arab countries, for example,
about family, nobody's going to make a claim.
Now, listen.
Well, you don't go sell a person, go do person.
Okay, Dixon, listen now.
The argument here is the discretion of the state now.
Thank you.
Well, now cannot coerce people.
No, listen, Dixon.
It's about victims.
Okay, so that you say all my way die in a house, die in a hospital. Therefore, do post-mortem.
Of course, by right.
Are you assuming that?
By right. No, wait a minute. By right, then for do post-mortem. You know why? Then they go give we a record. Yes. Then they go give we a data. Listen, Dixon. Listen to the side where they end up. Then they go give we a data of waiting they kill people.
How many pathologies do we have?
Well, that's another issue for another discussion. But now I'll tell you.
We get resource constraint.
Melvin.
Okay, you have to look at the same rights issues.
Dixon at the camp. We get an issue about some people who die in the Arab country, the necessary union say. You know, say most of the way they die, they know they beg them until then do post-mortem. Somebody can claim say
because when they die now, if they cow them body now, it can don't get controversy over there. That they beat them.
No, but before them beg them, they.
Yes.
until then do post-mortem, somebody can.
Yeah, because
if not, then they keep that body there up to some time. Even in the UK, a case they were one, my friend,
UK, not to everybody, then they do
post-mortem. Yes, when they get doubts fine die, then keep him body up to
so
3-4 months.
There's no controversy over the death.
But now, how we go get statistics of people that will die of Kush?
I would agree with you. There is no controversy, but there is arguments as to. Are they really being killed by the Kush?
Thank you.
Are they really being killed? Well, the one the way they killed by the Kush, na street. It government for wait, yes.
Exactly.
I make the call for post-mortem. The autopsy on them, the one they die in the street, it will prove whether the Kush they kill or not. So, but again, if somebody die in a house, she die in a hospital. A family no want or let them do post-autopsy panel. Now a family then right.
So how the chief medical officer will get a data or statistics of people who died of Kush?
Well, it gets the one that with the one that with the report.
I think so. Others cannot turn the situation. This we are going on a blind spot on the zest that
we're not going to get the correct data.
Everybody is determined.
Well, research all over the world. The people they pigeonhole them. Research then they pigeonhole them for certain maybe for certain process where you know go. But medical research, they got a process what they do. No, go take everybody. Then go take. That's why you take a sample population.
Few people.
You take a sample and you determine.
All right.
All research.
There is something here why I argue that there is a need for authentic data and statistics.
Of course.
Remember where Ebola been starts. Many people were in waiting,
doubt.
denial, and doubt.
This is not Ebola.
No.
This is not Ebola. Epidemic, pandemic,
no, this is not Ebola. Size. A sample population, not to everybody.
Okay.
The medical, there is a medical research. Then get a own procedure when they do medical research. Then go use them procedure and do them and get facts.
Okay.
Then ascertain the facts.
In this case of the Kush.
Now they tell you so. Then go do them.
Then
ascertain the fact. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not talking for government.
Okay.
But according to the chief medical officer, yesterday, Monday in Parliament, he gives some data.
Okay.
Where he say people that don't die of Kush from 2018.
Okay.
And I go believe him as journalist because now the authority on medical is the chief medical officer in this country.
All right. Melvin, you want to say anything before wrap up?
I think if I don't better, their institutions then they include but we don't submit them papers. So now when Dixon they talk about submit data, for me as a parliamentary reporter, yeah, we talk and they, but when the document it tomorrow one for reference and I want not no more. Like how it's in reports, like how it's a forensic report, or medical report, substantiating.
Well, it is the committee that should have asked for for a forensic report. It is the committee. Thank you. Maybe they will count the report.
So I think
the fact saying a chief medical officer, well-educated man.
Who's are they arrested? This is only inform the strategy for campaign against.
It is the chief medical officer.
Again, Dixon, like how they talk about.
The chief medical officer.
NEC say right.
The medical capacity, and he give facts.
Get the resources for do that.
And he not give them facts and they. Based on it's on an office conjectural.
Okay.
He not do them.
Okay.
He must don't get facts from all that. Things that we point to that. We make a government for Tokam.
Okay.
Not no less institution to parliament. Say in 2018 about 800 and something people die of Kush. In 2020 about 1,000 some hundred. In 2021 about 1,000. Wait, we go ask them. Not to me. Not to me. I don't only beef. Are they report what he see? Are they report what he say? No. Research on me say, medical research on me say that if they do a medical research, if health facility not there and they not be affected. No. But again, the research be done on sample size. Know what is about research. Not to all man. Not to all man they go do research back.
Okay. Exactly.
So not to all man they go do because not to all man they go do research back. That man don't get in fact that man na an authority in journalism and tell we say we for believe the authoritative source until it is proven otherwise.
Okay. Then again, but again, in that how statistics way do Melvin. Okay, Dixon, in that how statistics way it be it cover the provinces.
Well, they cover at the old country. The old country statistics.
Okay. Because we don't ever see.
He only mentioned the medical home.
But the
we will not even get the other parts of
the medical home, they put people from all over the world, all over the country for counter the medical home.
But you're saying,
but the man give a statistic of people
because most
of Kush Nasalo.
Because most of the people that we don't die of Kush.
What is the scientific proof?
Go ask them.
Okay.
But another defender.
But Dixon, I know I'm saying
the rule is simple. Hey, you don't go tell me say Nasalo. The rule is simple.
I know I'm saying true, but case don't
he's not a politician, he's an expert.
Listen,
I
Dixon.
The chief medical. If anything do the president, if anything do the president medically, it's the chief medical officer that would ascertain that.
Okay.
You understand? The chief medical officer is an expert in medicine
I get
and surgical issues.
No doubt.
I get an issue.
So if you present a fact, let me not sabi medicine and not sabi science.
Let me say right.
Until it is proven otherwise.
Because, okay, Melvin.
Let Melvin now.
Dixon.
Whether deny, let prove otherwise.
Dixon.
Prove otherwise with your statistics.
Dixon, listen.
But the man don't get statistics.
Dixon for say.
That chief medical, the medical capacity.
Dixon for say the man not the lie. I not disagree.
I not say they lie.
I not say you say the lie. But what do you want to say? We don't get instance society. A senior person in this country don't go to parliament and lie to parliament. Now lie.
That one in the parliament I even call for contempt.
For case before now.
Unlike Dixon, no.
In the parliament for call
for police was not placed under oath.
The
parliament what's happened? Where is all the time I don't let them catch them borner. Now one MP used under tune. What go confirm that? Now he said the presence of the press was there.
Thank you. All right.
So if where are the lawmaker?
Now he right for express doubt. So now what right for express doubt? Another now the point where you come out with research. If you come out with research and you point say research should be done all over.
No.
Research is a sample.
It not say all over.
That is what
they say.
That is what you are implying.
No. The basis for
people are listening.
People
are listening.
Okay.
That man. You don't know the ingredients of a medical
low left handed, the truth go come out.
Yes.
You know the truth go come out one day then.
But the fact of the matter, not just left handed. Let we also stress the fact say this thing is a serious issue.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
It's a serious issue.
The truth.
And we need the political will.
Yes.
We also need community support.
When we say community support, I wonder because we see videos of where community go bad people.
Victimization.
So
say community support.
So which support?
This support why they say community support. Yeah. If una then una community, they una know the hub na the community. Una for try for stop am.
How?
Through police.
You see the police like it
doesn't mean because the police are involved. It doesn't mean because the police are involved. Everywhere you have bad police officers. Even in the United States, you have bad police officers. But what I'm saying is this. The community also needs support for identify the spots.
Okay.
Sometimes the community they engage. Well, the community don't engage and they have chief man at the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Community they engage and they have that push person at that community.
Okay. Total
community.
Community.
Yeah.
Policeman
community
we don't get to them. Go arrest them. How do they go left them?
Community.
Come back.
Well, the IGP say
the judiciary come inside.
He said the judiciary. So you believe the IGP when he said the judiciary? You believe the IGP when he said the judiciary? No, they give
well, that's not so that.
No, he believe him.
That is not a scientific.
Well, but you believe it. But you believe it. The IGP said the judiciary, they come up with fines we commensurate to the crimes with them.
I think we go get for end now. So the truth go come out. We hope say the authorities then go do what it take and. We'll bring a clip, but I don't think it's possible. So we'll get for end and day. Finally, Melvin, what think will be you also the one that will take the community, the authority as a whole, and
scientific research, social mobilization. The two ways to go about the push.
Okay, Dixon.
For me, I think we need the political will, particularly at a point where people close to the presidency have been mentioned. As kingpins, for example, I'm not going to say for example, as kingpins, and we are seeing them. We are seeing them in ostentatious lifestyle. We ask you, one go on for ask yourself, who's saying they pull their money for fearless lifestyle?
Okay.
And we don't know, say, drug they go with money.
But
We don't know. Hey, it's my last word. Allow me. It's my final statement.
Wait,
In my final statement, allow me.
Go ahead.
As my final statement, we have in the laws of this country, in the Anti-Corruption Act, unexplained wealth.
for public
For unexplained wealth. And if even na your community, if even they see, if even the president, you brother and the president, you they spend like I say, people don't know they see the business way they do. Then go raise eyebrows.
You work for government.
Then go elect, you know, if they work for government, if you business, they endanger society. It's worth the not the Anti-Corruption Commission, the Criminal Investigation Department, the police for investigation.
All right. It depends again.
Business inimical to the society.
My brother, they mention people names around the president.
I not mention names. I say people close.
You make citation. Hold on. So in that
you have to be very careful. No can put me in a problem. No. Well, then you have to be very careful.
Okay.
Now that I mean, people not the same story no more. There are people around the president, people around the government. Since nobody's bold enough to make mention of names, for me, what shall they look at? If you say somebody live ostentatious life, not to crime, not establish that first. Not to become person and president. If you are only liable to scrutiny.
Depends on the business way they do.
That no wait.
Thank you, DJ.
No, wait. If you are not
what I mean? People go live a life depending on the kind. If they do a good business.
In fact, in a serious state, people close to the president should be careful how they live, especially the poverty-striking nation like ours.
Even when they are not.
Especially in a poverty-striking nation like ours. If you are not a public servant and you are seen, you are close to the presidency, and before now, you were not frolicking money and Kaziaga there before now. And it's only now we are seeing you riding 2024 Jeep. We are seeing you frolicking money on social media. Hey!
Now,
it's beyond the question.
Now, what you are saying?
You are defending them.
Defending who? What you are saying? You have two categories. You have politically exposed persons and financially exposed persons.
So what? So people close to the presidency, they are what?
People close to the presidency, if they are not public officers,
people close to the presidency are what?
It can be friends.
Donald Trump's children, they are being investigated.
For what?
They are being investigated. Joe Biden, a picky will don't die. They investigate her for crime, no work like government.
For what crime?
Financial crimes.
You say no work like government.
Yes.
You know what's in the
financial crimes.
Financial
crimes.
Joe Biden is
so
now deal with Ukraine. I'm coming. To do with the interest
I'm coming. Wait to me. If you not private individual, you related to the president before 2018. Who know when they see you get this rich, who know what you mean they do.
Not anti-corruption for kind side?
Not anti-corruption for because anti-corruption for do public official.
Okay.
Or the criminal investigation department. The criminal investigation department should step up and investigate them.
All right.
Certainly they do criminal deal. And then they mention Kush.
Okay.
What we know the business where they do.
Right.
So maybe they do stationary business and photocopy they do normally. But suddenly, in any country,
so then a party to president.
No, in any country, honest labor.
Yeah.
And I agree with you that it must be said the person. That is why I say that we don't make allegations saying that to the honest labor.
Then they go be investigated by.
The insinuation what they make is guided. It's guided. The insinuation what they make, if you be said before 2018, who know you business way they do.
All right.
People know. They know what you get.
But
suddenly,
anyway,
we see them play dollars.
I'm afraid.
We see them don't defend them. Unexplained wealth even there for private citizens.
Okay, low.
Another cultural section. Unexplained wealth is there for private citizens.
Who's section of the ACCR?
Pop some another court ACCR.
I'm afraid. Okay,
unexplained wealth for private citizens. Unexplained wealth. If you make money, suddenly you can become rich. It's a question. People go ask questions.
To be rich.
Nobody know they say a crime to be rich.
So why you have to make this?
Nobody know they say no to crime to be rich.
So
nobody say to crime to be rich. But we are saying if somebody who before now not been getting this money and people that they point their hand to Kush and people that they point out to Kush,
then they go left to investigation.
Then they left to investigation.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much. I think I don't get for
so we should not defend them.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, Dixon.
And defend Kush importers.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
Thank you, Dixon. Thank you, Melvin.
Let us all sit
We
here and
appreciate you able to discuss about this issue. It left to the authorities and for able to look, pick some sense out of the nonsense. So, you're right. Till then, have a good time. God bless you. This is a hot seat. It comes to you every Wednesday, 10 o'clock, and a repeat on Saturday. We'll tell plenty to Melvin, Kevin, Dixon. At least today we'll discuss this issue. It left to the authorities and now for look and see how serious this issue be. The one the way they import them, the one the way outside the source they come out, the one the way they sell them, because we believe, say, like I can say again, except if this come out, maybe people go find the substitution. But for now, we want to let the authorities and target this issue. Very important. They have more young people. The youth are the man and woman of tomorrow. Till then, have a good time. Stop taking Kush young people. Community, when I report to the police, and people who they sell lens in the day. Have a good time. God bless you. Bye-bye.